Build series. I'm the co-founder of Uplevel CRM, and I'm doing this series to demonstrate to you, specifically coaches, consultants, and advisors, how to use your CRM so that it is more than just a collection of names, so that it is actually a system and an engine that provides you with the growth, organization, and structure that your business needs. Now, today I want to walk you through a really simple health check that's going to keep your system running smoothly, okay? Because your CRM, like any system, is a living system. It needs regular maintenance to stay clean, to stay organized, to function reliably. In this session, we're going to walk through a really simple health check. I'll give you a checklist that goes with it, and it's going to keep your data accurate. It's going to keep your automations running as they intend, and it's going to declutter your account. Okay. So firstly, what's the goal here? What does a healthy CRM look like? Well, it looks uncluttered. It looks structured. It feels a joy to use. And I know that's a big statement when we're talking about a piece of software, particularly a CRM. But when you've got it set up in the right way, it is going to be easy and fun and insightful to use. Whether you like that kind of, whether you're a geek like me and really into the technology, or whether you're just a business owner who wants accurate data to be able to reliably communicate with their leads and clients, a healthy CRM is the key. So far this week, we've been working through just a few parts of our command center spreadsheet. So we spoke about how to generate names, and then we spoke about how to map the funnels and the different assets that you're creating inside your Uplevel account or your Go High Level account, and then how to store and categorize those so you can easily access them inside your account, access the assets that we use to create them, so the wording, any images, all of those kinds of things are captured in this spreadsheet. So following this process, you're going to be able to systemize and organize your CRM. And what I want to do now is jump into our health checklist. Okay, so there's just a few things that you should do, some of them monthly, some of them quarterly. You can do them more often or less often if you want. Sorry about that. I should have turned the phone to silent. Yeah, you can do them more often or less often if you want, but these are the kinds of things that I would suggest to you. And that's having them the time frames that I would suggest. Okay. So the first one is data cleanup. So what do I mean by that? Okay, so here we are inside our account. And this is your primary source of data here. Okay. We want to make sure that we haven't got any duplicate contacts. We want to make sure that any contact information we have is correct. And we want to remove or archive inactive leads. Now, I know a lot of people actually have a big problem with this, but it is really important. So once a month, we'll go through, and there's a few ways that you can do this. I like to start with a search. So I'll click filters and I'll go email, and who do I have that has no email address? No one. Excellent, because I can't email them. I don't want them in my list. I get rid of them. Then we might look for email. Is it valid or invalid? Okay, so if we search for invalid, let me just get that microphone out of the way. Right, so we know that this isn't valid. This hasn't worked. This bounced. So we can do a couple of things. One, the most common reason that emails bounce is that they're spelt incorrectly. So we can just quickly check the spelling. Two, we can get in touch with this person and find out if they're still using this email address. Maybe they've changed their email address and just didn't let us know. So little simple tricks like that are going to help you keep your list clean and up to date. There's no point having information on people if it can't be used to communicate to them. Okay, so that's these first three here. And just as you do them, just kind of go through. And how do we remove or archive inactive leads? That is really straightforward. So again, I'm here at my contact list. I'm just going to go to filters and I'm going to search for last activity. And was it more than 90 days ago? And this is a demo account, so it's everybody. But these are all the people that haven't done anything in the last 90 days, not interacted in any way. They haven't visited my website. They haven't opened an email. They haven't messaged me on social media, nothing. So technically these would be inactive leads. So I could select them all and then export them. And then what I would do is, as this has come up, which it appears you can't see, just the files being downloaded, and I just need to give it a name. So I might call this inactive or archived contacts and then have the date or maybe the 90-day period. And then I would store this file securely because it's got people's data in it, but I would store it just in case I wanted to use the information again. But because I've taken them out of, because I've saved that information, I can then safely delete, or maybe I would tag. I know a lot of people don't want to delete them. I would delete them because I've already extracted the information, but you could just add a tag that says archived, for example, and have a workflow that switches off all communication so that you're not sending them emails. I need to have them unopened, all that kind of thing. So that is how we're going to look after our data. And then what do? We want to review our workflows and our automations. Are there any errors? Are there any outdated steps? Your business evolves, so your workflows and your automations need to as well. Okay. So that's really easy. You just going through them one by one. Have a look and go, right, is this still the correct trigger? Is this still the correct trigger? Am I the actual user here anymore? Or is somebody else looking after this? Do we want to put them into a different opportunity? Do we want to change the wait steps here? We're looking for mistakes, but we can also look for improvements. So just go through your automations once a month and just look for ways that you can improve or remove errors. You want to actually test your key workflows. So what do I mean? So maybe you've got an order form for a client, for someone to fill out when they become a client, and then you've got an onboarding sequence. So just actually go through those steps, switch the form to test mode, fill it in, and make sure that the experience that you get with the emails and whatever's in your onboarding flow is the experience that you want people to have. Review your lead nurture sequence, review your lead capture, make sure that it's all working correctly. Technology is amazing, but we all know sometimes you have to turn it off and turn it back on again for no reason to get it to work. So it's really important just to check these things are working as they should. And then if there's anything that you don't need, make sure you turn it off, and you can either delete it or you could put it in a folder that says archived. So if I wanted to turn off one of these automations, maybe I don't need my DM leads workflow anymore. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots there, and I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to turn it to draft. It says, are you sure you want to do that? And I say, yes, thank you. And then I'm going to come out here and let's create a new folder, and we'll call it archived. So you can see that there. So because this isn't going to be needed at the moment, I can then move it out of the way. But if in the future I decide I want that again, I don't have to build it from scratch because I already have it. Okay, there was nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't needed anymore. So we've archived it. Okay, so we haven't lost anything, but we've still maintained a really clear, really user-friendly interface. CRM screen, you know, it's made so that it can be used. That's what we're trying to get at here. Okay, so we've done all of these. We have review and refresh active funnels and campaigns. So what does that mean? So that's going to come down here, and once a month, once a quarter, we're just going to have a look. I don't think there's anything in here yet. And go, right, let's check my evergreen lead funnel. So I would review the stats. There's not going to be any here because this is just a test account, obviously. And I'd say, right, okay, that's converting at 100%. That's fantastic. Don't need to do anything. If that was converting at maybe 10%, then we would look at the images or the wording, or, I mean, I would seriously advise you look at your funnel stats more often than once a month. But when you're looking to review a funnel, just, you know, open it up, go through it, make sure it functions the way you want. And you might have, in the last 30 days, decided, right, I don't actually want to use the word business tools. You know, our new brand is systems tech, whatever, you know, because your business changed, you know, after the last time you sat down and created this, you'll have learned and changed and evolved, and you might want to change a few things as well. So really important to go through and do that, and just do it quickly with all of your funnels. Another good thing to look at actually with your funnels, because these are sometimes created in haste. So it's good to just go to settings and make sure that you've put in your Google Analytics code and your Facebook pixel, and have you got a favicon selected? Favicon is this little icon up the top here. You can see that's blue, that's green. There's nothing here because it isn't selected, because I haven't put one in. So just make sure that you've got all of that tracking information in, and anything else that you want, because sometimes we build these things quickly and we don't go back to them. So if you make a habit of regularly checking, then, then you'll be sure that you're getting all of the data, all of the information, and everything's working as well as it should be. Okay. And again, if you have a funnel that you don't need, you might want to create a folder that says archive. And then you can take them and move them into the archive folder. Okay, thus keeping your workspace really clear. What have we got now? Checking names and consolidating tags for clarity. So this is a really good one. And if you're using our naming convention here that we went through yesterday, this won't be too big a concern, because you'll have named everything so that it is associated with the right funnel, email, whatever it is that you're compiling. But if we wanted to have a look at tags, we would go down to settings. And just almost at the bottom here, we have tags. And then this is going to show us all of the tags in our account. So you can see I've demoed out a naming convention here, but these don't have the right names. So what I might do, because now if we have a look in my funnel master, I know that my appointment engine, my call funnel, is funnel C001. So I could edit my booked call to go C001 booked call. So then I know that that relates to that funnel. And then I can come here to my cancelled. So if you just have a look at these things once a month, it doesn't need to take long, because if you're doing it consistently, it won't take long at all. So we might go here. And so you can see how this is starting to give structure to what previously made very little sense if looked at out of context. But because now I'm looking at it, I'm applying context to the name, it starts to suddenly make more sense. Instead of bad lead here, booked call down there, cancelled. Oh, I wonder why that didn't take. Great, there we go. So we know that these are all tags for the appointment funnel, which is perfect. That's what we want, okay? And if you don't need a tag anymore, so let's say I'm not working with construction clients anymore, then I can simply delete that because I don't need it. Okay. And then what is our reporting and what are our KPIs? Make sure that we have the right tracking for those things. So that's going to be really personal to you, but these dashboards are completely customizable. So you can make sure that you're getting the information that you want that's relevant to you and your business goals in the format that you want. Super easy to do. We just click here and you can add or take away widgets. You can move things around. It's a really a lot of people say that the reporting isn't very good in Go High Level, but I have found it to be quite good. Simply because I'm focusing on the numbers that matter rather than vanity metrics, I suppose. So, you know, how many contacts do I have? And how many did I have last week? So is my list growing? Yeah, that's a really good one to have. Total number of contacts this month. So that's how many in total. That's how many I've added. And we'll watch that change over time. What's another good one to have? We might want to go down here to total revenue last month. And then we'll go total revenue trend. And so these are the numbers that matter, not necessarily, you know, how many likes am I getting and how famous am I on TikTok? How many new contacts did I add to my database last month? What was my revenue last month? What is my revenue trend? These are going to tell you if what you're doing is working or if it isn't working. That's the first level of data that you need. Once you've got that, then you can start going, right, I know it's not working. So where in the process is it breaking? What needs to be fixed first? And then you start looking at your stage distributions and your funnels and really nailing down what's going on. So I think the reporting is very, very good if you look at the right figures in the right order. Let me just save that. Great. So that's it for today, guys. Just a really quick checklist there for you. You can, I've put on here whether to do it monthly or quarterly. It does not take much time, but it will literally transform the way that you think about your CRM and the way that you interact with your CRM. If you want a copy of the checklist, just leave a comment checklist and I'll get it straight to you. Otherwise, I will